Hello and welcome to this edition of North Penn News. I'm Sarah Connett.
And I'm Melissa Croak. And our first story, North Penn High School had its annual winter concert this past week. The North Penn High School Concert Band, Orchestra, Wind Ensemble, Concert Choir, and Chorus performed a variety of songs for a packed audience. Mr. Heller entertained the crowd in between groups by leading a sing-along. All the ensembles did a great job. Everyone left with a sense of holiday cheer as the brass ensemble donned Santa hats to perform for the exiting crowd in the lobby.
Was there ever a winter story that included both Frosty and Santa in a wonderful magical tale?
Not that I ever heard. However, I found a spot in North Penn where Santa and Frosty came together. What do you get when you add Santa Claus, a giant snowman, lots of little children, and the Student Government Association? A holiday party, that's what.
It's fun to watch all the little kids and the different stations that they're going to. One of the things I particularly like is all the other cultural parts to it. Like the display behind us, and the Bengali Club, and what the Jewish Club has come up with, and Kwanzaa. The whole holiday celebration of lots of different cultures, and all the kids seem to have a great time coloring and making projects and things of that nature. Good day.
The cultural clubs, holiday music, sing-alongs, and present requests to Santa provided fun activities for the young children.
Have you had fun today? What have you done?
You made a snowman?
Made a snowman.
And you made a candy cane?
A candy cane.
Sung with Santa?
Saw Santa. And who else?
A Frosty.
Organizer Shannon Cross and the student government members put in many long hours to make this event a success.
First, we helped Santa reply to letters from the children, and then we are now hosting the Santa Frosty party. And basically the work that went in is after school hours. At home last night I helped to make the ornaments. I cut out 114 reindeer heads, and I cut out some dreidels for the Jewish table, and I set up the Jewish and Kwanzaa table, and there's also the Indian Cultural Club, there's the Bengali Cultural Club, there is salsa here, there's the Christian Club, and SGA.
So what did you ask Santa for Christmas this year?
A lot of toys.
The holiday party was a lot of fun. Even after I was done taping, I stayed and I sang with the kids in the SGA. Everyone had a great time.
December 10th was National Human Rights Day, and some lucky North Penn students went to the United Nations building in New York to celebrate the event. The North Penn High School ambassadors sang its 50th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Human Rights, and seniors Krupa Patel and our very own Melissa Croak were two of 400 students from the United States and Canada to be taking part in the conference. Melissa was one of the 8 students chosen to deliver a speech to the General Assembly of the United Nations.
The fall sports season was a largely successful one for North Penn High School, and it was capped off with the Booster Club's traditional awards dessert.
North Penn News reporter Kyle Berger has that story.
Hard work that began actually back in the elementary years. I want to thank the parents.
For the 35th time in the history of North Penn High School, the North Penn Booster Club, supporting North Penn athletics, has offered a sweet ending to a successful season here with the Fall Awards dessert program.
Over 376 athletes, their parents, and their coaches use this dessert as a time to reflect upon a great season of fall sports. From the football team qualifying for the District 1 playoffs for the first time in school history to the state championship girls water polo team, this fall season was definitely a success. The North Penn Booster Club honored 11 MVPs from all of the fall sports teams. After the dessert, the teams broke up and went their separate ways for their own awards assemblies. The Booster Club desserts are always the highlight of an athlete's season, and this year was no different. For North Penn News, I'm Kyle Berger.
The Student Government Association at North Penn High School has found a way to light up the halls of the high school without running up the electric bill. Organized by Lindsay Simpson, the holiday lights are strung throughout the halls. Each student and faculty member has his or her name written on a light. The goal of this project was to promote a sense of community throughout the school. SGA members spent several hours each working on the lights, which will be on display throughout December.
That winter spirit continued at North Penn's annual Winter Ball. North Penn News reporter Ken Myers has the story.
It's December, and that means it's time for the annual North Penn High School Winter Ball. The Junior Class Decorating Committee transformed the gymnasium into a starry winter night.
It's a very, very time-consuming job. We spend basically almost every day this past 2 weeks after school trying to figure out what was going to go where and who was going to do what.
This year, the Winter Ball brought in a record-breaking 1,300 people to the dance floor.
I think this is a great event, and it just shows the type of school spirit that we have, that 1,300 students show up for a dance on a Saturday night.
Each year, the junior class organizes the Winter Ball, with proceeds from the ticket sales benefiting junior class events. Not only was it an experience to remember for the students, but the faculty also had a superb time dancing the night away.
Fabulous time, fabulous. I love it. I think I'm going to come back next year.
For North Penn News, I'm Ken Myers.
North Penn High School's African American Awareness Club held its annual Kwanzaa celebration this year in late December. The celebration was held in the new addition to the cafeteria and was organized by the club's advisor, Mrs. Alma Pilson, club president Andrea Rogers, and the club's other officers. It featured poetry readings from various club members and an excellent performance by the club's drill team. The celebration ended with a delicious potluck dinner provided by the club's members. Shakespeare Sisters and the Guitar Club held a night of music and poetry.
North Penn News reporter Jesse Alexander has that story.
Recently, the Guitar Club and Shakespeare Sisters held their first coffee house. The night included performances by such local bands as Inkling and Kevin and Friends, not to mention poetry readings by many North Penn High School students.
Where we would explore women's history and some of the concerns, some of the situations that face women.
A student, Scott Adams, approached me last year and asked me if I was interested in advising a guitar club, and he said he just basically wanted to have a place where students could get together and share ideas, and just some place that they could do it in the school environment, as a guitar club. And he said he just basically wanted to have a place where students could get together and share ideas. And
a portion of the cover charge and food and beverage proceeds went to the Nehemiah Way charity, which is a home for battered women and children.
That's what we've been looking at. We've been looking at trying to help issues that deal with women, such as Nehemiah's Way, which the coffee house was benefiting, helps women who have been abused in abuse situations. So that's one of the ways that we're trying to offer support.
The clubs felt that the night was a success.
I was really pleased with the success of the coffee house, and so I'm really interested in doing that again in the spring. And then I also want to try to get out into the school and do other things to make people more aware of this.
And we've talked about different ways of expanding, different activities that we'd like to do.
Both the Guitar Club and Shakespeare Sisters plan on having another coffee house later on in the school year. For North Penn News, I'm Jesse Alexander.
18 North Penn High School students were recently inducted into the Delta Epsilon Phi German Honor Society. Advisor and foreign languages teacher Carolyn Murphy emceed the event, and Herr Matthias Beberig of SAP America spoke about the German language and its use in corporations. Kimberly Dunn and Swedish exchange student Nicholas Turson provided German musical selections for the entertainment.
All the work on the exterior of the high school addition is complete. As the nice weather continues, contractors put the final touches on the exterior masonry. Recently, a crane lifted some concrete slabs to finish off the roof above the small auditorium. The crews lifted several of the 400-pound blocks with the crane and completed the wall. On the interior, several high-powered propane heaters were installed to keep the workers warm. Temporary insulation is keeping the heat in as crews weld, build, and paint their way through the addition. The North Penn High School cafeteria was recently transformed into the Roman Pantheon.
North Penn News reporter Jesse Alexander has that story.
The North Penn Latin Club held their 12th annual banquet in early December. The club president, Liz Lonergan, kicked off the evening by introducing middle school students and members of the Upper Dublin Latin Club. Attendants feasted on appetizers called gestatio and other Roman foods. Aside from mixed reviews on the night's food, the banquet was a success.
I think it's going off pretty well. People seem to be having a good time. This food's going well.
We tried to focus in on the specific Roman customs and make connections to our own customs and banquets.
Topping off the evening were 2 live gladiatorial bands. the first between Hercules and Hippolyta, and the second between Hercules and Juno. The banquet is merely the start of a string of events for the North Penn Latin Club. Later in mid-spring, members will have the opportunity of attending the Junior Classical League.
Basically, is a strong organization that gives a Latin student other channels, opportunities to practice the language and learn more about it.
For North Penn News, I'm Jesse Alexander.
Up next, the Inglewood Elementary School held an assembly for a group of stars.
That story and more when North Penn News continues after the break.
While walking in a toy store the day before today, I overheard a crayon box with many things to say. I don't like red, said Yellow, and Green said, nor do I. And no one here likes orange, but no one knows just why. Well, I bought that box of crayons and took it home with me and drew with all the colors so the crayons could all see that each of us is special and everyone's unique. But it's when we get together that the picture is complete.
I hang out with a pretty trashy circle, the circle that helps this circle. It starts when we recycle trash at home. It's completed when we buy products made from recycled materials. Check the label for something called post-consumer recycled content. Then buy the highest percentage of it you can find. Complete the circle.
Call 1-800-CALL-EDF for your free Buy Recycled shopping guide. 1-800-CALL-EDF.
Welcome back. Inglewood Elementary School recognized their very own stars. The STAR program acknowledges student accomplishments in the areas of school spirit, teamwork, academic achievement, and responsibility. Teachers, parents, and State Senator Hall's Chief of Staff, Marjorie Copeland, were on hand to celebrate the accomplishments of these Inglewood students.
I congratulate, on behalf of the Senator and behalf of all of our staff, these wonderful STAR achievers.
We have criteria, we have benchmarks, and the kids knew that became their goals. We need goals in life. These kids have met their goals, and now when I charge them with living these goals every single day, and obviously this is the first grade, and we're so proud of them.
Certificates of recognition were then handed out to the 88 Inglewood stars for September, November, and December. Principal Maureen Coffey challenged these students to meet these STAR goals every day of their lives. The STAR program at Inglewood will continue until the end of the school year.
On Thursday, December 17th, the third grade students at York Avenue took a walk for more than exercise. The students visited the community housing services in Lansdale. They delivered holiday treats for the children of the Adopt a Family program. They decorated bags were filled with toiletry items were put together by students learning about personal hygiene. This activity helped the students show support for their community and the spirit of giving. It was a great opportunity to spread some holiday cheer.
All three North Penn Middle Schools recently held their winter concert. The Penfield Middle School 9th graders of the vocal ensemble, chamber choir, and chorus serenaded the crowd with holiday songs. The 9th grade concert band played songs ranging from March to Christmas-themed songs. At Pendle, the 7th grade chorus and band, along with the orchestra and wind ensemble, entertained a packed crowd with their variety of holiday songs. And at Pembroke, the 7th grade band and chorus, along with the flute and jazz ensembles, played through several holiday classics. The concerts were a great way to kick off the holiday season.
Several Penndale Middle School 8th graders were recently honored by the Institute for the Academic Advancement of Youth. This award was given to the students for their outstanding SAT scores in the spring of 1998. Congratulations to all.
Gwynnor Elementary School students found a good use for all the spare change they have. The school collected spare change in the Care a Little, Share a Little campaign. The money raised went to help needy families in the area. Last year, the drive collected $1,000 and helped 3 families.
Recently, students of York Avenue participated in Holiday Happiness.
North Penn News reporter Dan Keene shows the happiness at York.
Holiday Happiness at York Avenue was a time for people of all ages to get together and enjoy the winter holidays.
Well, it's
An activity that's sponsored by the Home and School, where kids can come in, have breakfast with Santa, get their pictures with Santa.
Make some crafts.
Make some crafts. We have a sweet shop where there's baked goodies you can buy. And
a secret shop to buy gifts on their own without any grown-ups with them.
Children were given the opportunity to create ornaments for their Christmas tree. Some of the younger children were delighted by a special visit from Santa. By far, the most popular event, however, was Santa's Secret Shop, located in the York Avenue Library and staffed by some North Penn High School seniors. Here, children purchased gifts for their parents without their parents' knowledge. Finally, if anybody got hungry, North Penn High School's own Mrs. Robinson was there to serve refreshments. For North Penn News, I'm Dan Keene.
Congratulations to Penndale music teacher Laura Barletta, who has 2 songs under consideration for Grammy Awards. The 2 songs are among 55 in the Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals category. She is also in the running for a nomination in the Best New Artist category.
Over 200 people participated in the recent Bridle Path Elementary School Science Night. Students in 4th, 5th, and 6th grades, along with their parents, attended a variety of sessions. Scientists from Merck and Roman Haas, as well as staff from Bridle Path, presented sessions including animal studies, owl pellets, slime, chemistry of color, boat races, marble run, and much more.
A reminder to all North Penn High School graduates, Wednesday, December 23rd is Alumni Day here at North Penn High School. Graduates are invited to stop in and see old teachers and friends.
The Future Plans Center has over 20 scholarships available to students. Most of the scholarships due this year have passed, except for the Society of Plastic Engineers Scholarship, which can be turned in up until December 30th. In addition to this scholarship, there are many scholarships due in the new year. For more information, contact Mrs. Chayota Keller in the Future Plans Center.
SATs will now be offered at North Penn High School on January 23rd, 1999. The registration deadline for the January test is December 18th. The test will also be offered on March 20th, 1999. The registration deadline for the March test is February 12th. The Future Plan Center can answer any questions regarding the SATs.
Looking for an educational preschool for your kids a couple days a week? North Penn High School has several openings for the morning spring session of Kitty Corner Preschool. The program begins March 29th, 1999 from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. and runs twice a week through May 1999. Age-appropriate activities are planned and each child is assigned a big buddy. The program is free to North Penn School District residents and more information is available at 215-368-9800 extension 748.
The Maidens basketball won big on Friday night, and the North Penn wrestling team brings home 4 titles from this weekend's Northern Lebanon Invitational.
North Penn Sports is up next.
Be cool about fire safety.
Uh-oh! Somebody left out matches and a lighter.
Remember, keep your eyes open, and if you see these, tell a grown-up right away. But never touch them, and you'll be a real superhero.
Like a deputy fire marshal?
Exactly.
Don't touch matches or lighters. Tell a grown-up instead. Be cool about fire safety.
If you took away a star for every 1 million people who didn't vote, and a stripe for every 5 million non-voters, and a patch of blue for the 10 million people who didn't care, exactly what kind of flag are we waving?
Welcome back to North Penn Sports. Recapping the weekend in North Penn Sports, the wrestling team captured the team title at the 8-team Northern Lebanon Invitational Tournament on Saturday. The Knights had individually 4 champions in David Witt, Kevin Hammond, Jim Swigert, and Kyle Berger. In all, the Knights had 10 wrestlers medal in the tournament. The Knights will host Ben Salem on Wednesday night at North Penn High School. Come out and support your team.
Coming into their game against Neshaminy on Friday, the North Penn Maidens realized that basketball game could make or break their season. The Maidens responded with authority and dominated the Redskins with a 69-52 victory. Amber Smolinski led the way with 29 points, including 4 3-pointers. North Penn's defense held Neshaminy's potent perimeter shooting game in check, holding them to just 17 first-half points. North Penn improved to 2-7 and will host Cheltenham on Tuesday night.
Unable to hold on to a lead going into the fourth quarter, the North Penn Knights dropped just their second loss of the season, 50-43, to Neshaminy on Friday. Jay Joseph led all scorers with 18 points, but fouled out in the fourth quarter. North Penn is 5-2 overall and will travel to Cheltenham on Tuesday.
Both North Penn winter track squads had good performances at their meets this weekend. The Knights had several place winners. Zach Webb took second in the 800. The 4x220 relay team finished third, along with Dave Buchard in the triple jump and Lee Benedette in the mile run. The Maidens had 2 place winners this weekend. Cheryl Smith was second in the 800 and Casey Allison was fifth in the 200. Both squads will compete in the year-end special on December 28th.
The North Penn swim teams, fresh off their victories at the Parkland Invitational, had this weekend off. Both teams will resume action Monday night in a double duel meet at Upper Dublin. Then on Tuesday, the Maidens will be home against CB West, and the Knights will travel to face the Bucks. And that is all for this edition of North Penn News. For the entire North Penn News team, I'm Melissa Krogh.
And I'm Sarah Connett. North Penn Television Sports Night with Kyle Berger is next. We'll see you next time.
Someone once said, we all come into this world alone, and we leave the same way. But in between, we have the chance to connect and help each other, to find ways you can do something to connect with the people in your community. Call the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.